Hallo meine lieben Freunde, willkommen zurück zu 3 Minutes to Midnight. Weiter geht es im Geschehen. Man kann es ja gar nicht verstehen. Wir schauen mal zu der Werkstatt. Okay, die ist geschlossen diesmal. Sie kann nicht eingesperrt sein.
Dear fools, I'm on my break at Mike's Diner. If you want something fixed, do it yourself at your own home. Or just wait for me. Whatever. Love, Linda. P.S. If I catch anyone fooling around in here, I'll wrench them good. Don't test me.
By Jefferson's patriotic pen. That would appear to be a written notice. If we are going to steal, we should try to at least take something of actual value.
Okay.
Miss Valentine's tow truck, full of parts. But I will not root around in that filthy thing without a reason.
Okay.
One man's rubbish is another man's rubbish. You may want to see me cavort in filth, but that is one thing you cannot make me do.
Schade.
Urgent service, no matter how long it takes. It has the cadence of an offer, but does not actually promise anything. Mayor Barrett. Solutions for today, tomorrow.
Christine.
Only the devil knows how much I miss you, Christine.
Ist das ihr Auto?
Nothing I can do for Christine right now. But worry not. She is always there when I need her.
Alter, was ist mit dem Auto passiert?
If I were Miss Valentine, I would live in constant fear of someone hijacking that crane. Again. Oh, yes. I will drive this up to Michael's diner and bring the place down. Patience, Eliza. Patience.
Der Michael, der ist ihr Mann?
Just a few more weeks, and the demolition team
Oder
will
war
let
ihr
me
Mann?
push that button.
Kann das sein? Was es ja gerade den Hinweis gibt, Michaels Imbiss, ne? Mikes Imbiss gibt's ja.
Amos's conspiracy.
Aber bevor wir da nach hinten gehen, würde ich noch gerne schauen. Können wir überhaupt zum Mafiameister? Ah,
No, Bambini. You capito niente. You have to go down in the third round. Third round. Capiche?
And you, Piccolo, you are hitting him too hard. He has to last until the third round, so tone it down.
Come on, mister. We've been at this for hours. I heard in places I didn't even know existed. Can we take a break?
Fine, take 5, Bambini. But you have to practice for the match. Otherwise, no reward.
You'll pay for my sister's medicine if we do this, right?
I am a man of my word, Bambino. You entertain my amici tonight, and I'll get your sister some high-quality medication.
All right then. For Sandy! Okay, for Sandy.
Would someone care to explain exactly what is going on here?
Niente, Syndica.
Actually,
we were just teaching him about the beauty of sports. Right, Bambini?
yes?
In that case, I expect you to be on your best behavior. You are representing our town, and therefore me. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you will excuse me.
Arrivederci, Miss Mayor.
And what are you children doing?
My sister keeps getting worse. The hospital won't let us in, and we can't go back home. So we're dealing with the problem ourselves.
Initiative. That is a quality often lacking in today's youth.
You're the mayor! Isn't there anything you can do?
I promise to look into it, but that is all I can do.
Uh-huh, sure. Did you need something?
ja.
How are you kids settling in?
Not to complain, Miss Mayor, but it could be better.
Unfortunately, I am afraid you must make do for the moment.
Miss Mayor, this might be a weird question, but what is our situation exactly? It's just that ever since we got kicked out of Corona, we don't know which end is up. Are we still orphans if we don't have an orphanage to call home? Are we still native Coronites? Do we even actually live here, or are we gonna get kicked out again? We don't have to cheer for the coyotes now, do we?
Once upon a time, in a town not too far away, there lived a beautiful and intelligent queen named Mayor. One day, her precious peace was suddenly shattered by an invasion of annoying precious tiny elves. They had been banished from their lands of Corona by an evil dragon named Neighbor Mayor.
You think I'm dumb, Miss Mayor? I know gosh darn well I ain't no precious elf.
I was trying to make it easier for you to understand your situation.
Hey, let me explain the situation. 5 little kids in your town are homeless. You think that makes you look good?
I do not...
Quit messing around and build the damn orphanage already!
I shall see what I can do. Kids these days. Since you may be here for a while, shall we get to know each other?
I guess. What do you want to know?
Do you have any remaining family?
Well, we have an uncle.
Wonderful. Where does he live? I can have you sent to him immediately.
Yeah, that's the thing. Please don't. He has too many rules. Don't run in the house. Eat all your vegetables. Don't play with that white robe. It's not a ghost costume. I'm going out until morning, so keep the doors locked.
Forget I mentioned it. In fact, I think you should give Sheriff Coltrane your uncle's address immediately.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you all, come to live together?
You mean how we were orphaned?
Yeah.
Why do people always ask that?
I know it is a very personal question, but I would like to know.
Well, we all have different stories, obviously. Whose do you want to hear?
What happened to you and your sister?
It happened pretty recently, actually. Our parents were on vacation in Hawaii, visiting Pearl Harbor when...
Oh God, Gregory. Did they die in the attack?
Die? Oh no, they're not dead.
Wait, what? Then how are you orphans?
Mom and Dad met a crooked salesman, Lardy or Hardo or something. And he sweet-talked them into buying this big condo. Long story short, it was a scam. They'd run out of money and had to declare bankruptcy. The mayor seized all of their assets in Corona to help pay off their debts. And then he kicked us out of our house. That's how we ended up in the group home. Our parents never came back for us.
On the bright side, your parents are in a better place now.
Yeah.
Tell me about Mr. Turner's situation. Oh, Joey's story is really sad, in more ways than one. See, he went on a family trip to the Grand Canyon. They were having a great time, but then...
By George Washington's iconic white wig! Please do not tell me they jumped!
What? No! Joey just wasn't paying attention, so he got into the wrong car and fell asleep. It just so happened to be the mayor of Corona's car. He slept all the way back to Corona. By the time they realized what happened, Joey's family was long gone. The mayor tried to track them down for weeks with no luck. Finally, they just dropped him off at the orphanage, and that's that.
Ist er nicht wie ewig der Bürgermeister?
How did Mr. Lee become an orphan?
Huh. I don't actually know if he ever did become an orphan, or if that's just the way he was born.
What on earth does that mean?
He never had a mom or dad. We were just playing in the park one day and poof! Bobby appeared in a flash of blinding light, clothes and all.
You want me to believe this was a case of spontaneous conception? Who do you take me for?
Hey! Betty keeps telling the same story and everyone believes her.
Die Betty.
None of those stories were true, were they? So, you lied to me?
Only in the sense that you expected me to tell the truth in the first place.
Well, I cannot wait for your new families to arrive here tomorrow and adopt you all.
Yay! We're getting adopted?
Haha, no. Let me ask you something else.
Fine by me.
Okay.
What is it with the boxing gloves?
Oh, those nice gentlemen over there came to us this morning. They said if we gave their friends a good show, they'd give us medicine for Sandy.
What kind of show?
Tonight, get ready for the fight of your lives at Cooper's Manor! You will be witnesses to the match of the century! Greg, Formula Fed Moore versus Bobby Babyface Lee!
Oh, I see. The very best of luck, I suppose. I will be going now. Do behave yourselves.
Whatever.
I have no time to waste on idle chatter.
Okay, da kann man nicht rein.
Ah, what did I tell you, Marco? It's about time we met La Syndica.
Sindaca? That is Italian for...
Please excuse us. It means mayor. Our grasp of English is never mind.
Forgive our manners. Let us introduce ourselves. My name is Frank Cooper, and mi amico here is Marco De Luca. To what do we owe such a distinguished visit?
Since you are new in town, we should get to know each other.
Oh,
It seems as though your new life
Mal
happened
wieder
rather
Flurdialog.
quickly. It is
Wir haben
almost as if you
viel
just
Gespräche
appeared
geführt.
one day in that lovely mansion, with your new
das ist
business
wenigstens
fully
interessant.
operational. That is unusual, is it not?
All right, enough of this nonsense. Are you wearing a wire? Are you setting us up?
Marco, save your spy games for the Bambini. It's a long story, but suffice to say we had a disagreement with our former employers in Chicago.
Relocating over a simple disagreement seems a bit excessive, Mr. Cooper.
Well, when disagreements turn into death threats, you are left with no other choice.
Yeah, luckily for us, the feds offered us protection and a relocation package in exchange for our collateral.
And what exactly was this collateral, if I may ask?
Oh, some client lists, a couple phone numbers, a jar of 140-year-old sourdough starter. Nothing big, just enough for them to help us relocate.
Truly, Il Amico Ortega went above and beyond our expectations.
Why did you choose this town for your relocation?
Agent Ortega told us the sheriff here is one of the best law enforcement officers he's ever seen, and that he wouldn't trust anyone else to protect us.
Indeed. We have enjoyed the lowest crime rate in the country for over 20 years, thanks to Amos.
Knowing you and Ortega share the same opinion of him puts our minds at ease, Syndica.
Just be sure to keep that information to yourselves. If Sheriff Coltrane knew I was satisfied with his performance, he might start slacking off.
How peculiar. Agent Ortega said the exact same thing.
I'm interested in hearing more about your company.
Ah, yes, Rhino Co., my pride and joy.
At your current expansion rate, nothing seems to be out of your reach. And, as a potential investor, I am very interested in where your company might be headed in the future.
Sure, we're getting into the mining business, as well as insurance and protection services. Of course, we will not abandon the classics. Tourism, construction, funeral services, and contract killing.
What was that last one again?
Contract billing, boss. You meant contract billing.
Ah, yes, mi scuse. The English language is very difficile.
I must ask, why a barber shop? You do not strike me as a people person, Mr. Cooper.
Ah, Syndica. There's something about holding a razor near someone's
Das
neck
kann ich mir
that
vorstellen,
makes
ne?
them tell you things they wouldn't even tell their mothers.
I do not wish to be rude, but your mansion does not exactly fit in with the rest of the houses.
It was not designed for this country, of course. We had a home shipped from Italy, brick by brick.
The town planner would die if he saw how it clashed with the other homes.
He would not be the first to die because of that house.
Apologies, Sindaka. He meant that the previous owners are no longer with us. Natural causes, of course.
Natürlich.
Apparently, loud screams,
könnte
moans,
aber
and banging
andere Dinge
noises
auch
are heard from your home
bedeuten.
every night. The explanation people seem to have is that you are sacrificing animals to the devil.
You wouldn't have a name for the unsavory individuals who spread them, would you?
No, I cannot quite remember. Michael. It was Michael Walker, owner of Mike's Diner. You will find his home 3 streets down from your barbershop to the left.
Well then, Marco. I believe we have a lake trip ahead of us soon.
Gentlemen, as you may know, there is an election coming, and I am looking to extend my influence.
Ah, yes, the election. What do you think, Marco? Should we vote for her?
We could vote for her. What might be in it for us if we did?
Are you insinuating a bribe of some sort?
Bribe? What an ugly word.
I'd say it's more of a we scratch your back, you scratch ours kind of situation. This town could certainly benefit from one of our company's specialties: rental security and protection. Most businesses are already on board, but we're having some trouble convincing Linda Valentine.
I suppose if I manage to persuade Miss Valentine to sign, you might be persuaded to vote for me.
Exactly.
Gentlemen, you have yourselves a deal.
I like you, Syndica. Make sure she signs everywhere she needs to.
If you are hiring, I have a potential employee you might be interested in.
Ah, yes. I have heard of these political appointments. So who is Latalpa you wish to
Jetzt wissen wir,
install?
wo die Betty
My
arbeitet, wer
offspring.
der Papa ist.
Well, having the mayor's daughter on the payroll could be advantageous. But let me ask you this. What does she bring to the table?
Sie ist sehr schlau. Oh, sie hat wunderbar für irgendwelche Probleme.
Oh, she has marvelous problem-creating skills.
Don't you mean problem solving?
I wish I did.
Troublemakers have their uses, Sindaka. I'm sure we have something for her.
One last thing before we finalize this, though. Very important. What is your favorite Italian dish?
Tagliatelios.
Tagliatelle? No! Never! Not in a million years!
We need to talk about your pet.
Sparkles? What's wrong with Lamia Gata?
Oh, she is a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day, Sindaka. She'd never hurt a fly.
Wie
She'd
dem
never
Schrei.
hurt a fly. Without reason.
I shall see you gentlemen another time.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
For a
Greener
greener
future.
future.
Was that an uppercut I saw you attempt earlier, Bambino? You're too small to knock down anyone like that.
I'm big. I can do it.
Being small is an advantage.
This morning is a lot cloudier than I anticipated.
There's a predator nearby.
Good morning, Dr. Dixon. And you must be Ms. Peanut, the new principal.
In the flesh. And you are?
Eliza Barrett, your mayor, like it or not.
Oh, right, of course. Good to meet you, Mayor Barrett.
Well, I must say, I'm surprised to see you here already. I had expected you to stay in Australia until the beginning of the school year.
I know, but I just couldn't wait to get started. I like to go in and get the lay of the land before a hunt begins. The climate, the plants, the hiding spots for prey animals to shelter from the beast.
I beg your pardon, the beast?
Yes, the beast. A student with unprecedented powers of chaos and destruction, who compulsively seeks the thrill of confusing their prey and driving it to madness. Many have fallen to her attacks. Students, teachers, principles. But she's met her match in me, Ms. Mayor. I'll succeed where all others have failed.
Well, it seems that Dr. Dixon has neglected to inform you that this beast is my only child. And she has a proper name, you know.
You of all people saying that. Why do I feel so cold?
A pleasure to see you too, Ms. Dixon.
Okay.
Do you think she's losing sleep over facing Betty next fall?
See for yourself.
Oh, crikey, that's a big one. Oh.
Does that answer your question?
Seriously, do you think she will be able to
Betty
handle
muss
Betty?
echt heftig
I
sein.
don't know. I'm concerned that she'll fall apart once she meets her.
What are you not telling me?
Where do I even start? Would you care to hear about the forgery, the bullying, or the tantrum?
What do you mean by a tantrum exactly?
Well, she failed the test again and told me she'd hold her breath until I changed the grade.
I imagine my offspring actually went through with it.
Yep, fainted out cold right there in the classroom. Don't worry, Eliza, she probably didn't do too much damage. Well, I mean, you have to have brain cells before you can deoxygenate them.
Oh Gott.
Another forgery. Well, what did I allegedly give her permission for this time?
Here's the last note her mom sent me.
Dear Ms. Dixon, how are you? I am fine. Betty cannot come to school today because she is dead. Stay sexy, Eliza.
She got the signature right, though.
I knew I did not approve that allowance increase agreement. My offspring has
Mein
some flaws,
Nachkomme.
but I would never call her a
Die
bully.
Tochter, mein Nachkomme.
She grabbed the exchange students and painted them purple from head to toe. Whenever someone asked, she just told them, they're Smurfs, deal with it.
What even is a smurf?
Honestly, I didn't call you about it because it was so funny.
Enough. I know more than I wanted to.
Wait, one more thing. She keeps making up words.
Good. That shows creativity.
And when I correct her, she refuses to accept it and says, that's what I said in the first place.
Gaslighting people, twisting their words around. Maybe she
Bürgermeisterin.
has a future in politics after all. We need to talk about my offspring's academic performance.
Eliza, it's a beautiful day. Why do you want to ruin it by talking about your daughter?
Dr. Dixon, I know Betty is not the brightest, or the most intellectual, or the smartest, or the not dumbest, but,
For Darwin's sake, Eliza. Not that I care, but you're her mother. Look, since Betty will never pass, why don't you have her join the circus?
You disappoint me, Dr. Dixon. I thought you were taking this seriously.
Oh, I am. Think about it. She'd be away from home, she'd travel, she'd meet new people. And more importantly, she'd cease to be a problem for either of us.
There must be some way to raise my offspring's grades for the year. What about her science project? Something about potatoes. She was so proud of it, called it her greatest achievement. If she did well, why do her marks not reflect this?
Eliza, it was the third grade science fair. Is she in third grade?
This is outrageous, Dr. Dixon. Why was my offspring punished for showing initiative?
It's not that, Eliza. Look, if it's any consolation, she wouldn't have come in second had I graded it. Hard to beat a project that's powering the entire school, you know.
Oh, is that so? Then you would not mind if Town Hall stopped granting you subsidies.
Look, you stop asking where that money is going, and I let Betty move up to the next grade. Deal?
Pleasure doing business with you, Doctor.
Was er morgen?
I am starting to think I gave you too much vacation time. Perhaps our students would benefit from a year-round instructional model.
Well, given the unique economic and social pressures of rural education, as well as the fact that the school acts in loco parentis and must ensure a safe learning environment for all students, we simply wouldn't have the resources to keep Betty enrolled. She'd have to be homeschooled.
Damn it. If I had known she was going to be such a political liability. How are you liking your new position, anyway?
It depends. Some days I wonder why I took this job. Other days, I simply regret it.
Are you happy with the class schedule for next year?
Not at all. I understand that this is grade school, but I really need more intellectual stimulation.
Ist die
I have
Grundschule? Betty ist nicht
multiple
mehr dort.
advanced degrees in highly complex disciplines and...
Is this the part where you list all the fancy pieces of paper you have collected?
I don't brag about my accomplishments. Not my astrophysics degree, not my chemistry degree,
Yeah.
or my master's in engineering, or the triple doctorate in cultural, social, and physical anthropology.
My God, you must have a lot of free time.
And I have my teaching degree, my 200-hour TEFL, and my degree in culinary arts. Well, actually, I haven't finished that last one yet, but I'm nearly done.
An unfinished culinary degree. This is deeply distressing news. If you are not appropriately qualified to teach, I'm afraid we must adjust your pay grade.
If you do that, every field trip the children will take next year will be to town hall.
It was worth a shot. Let us discuss your past. Keep in mind that classified does not apply to me.
You will get us both in trouble.
When did that ever stop me?
Okay.
How exactly does one end up in your former line
Ja, da
of
wir
work?
gehen Weg für Infos.
After the attack on Pearl Harbor and the declaration of war on Japan, I was encouraged by Julius to collaborate and assist him with some calculations.
So you were just Oppenheimer's human calculator? How disappointing.
I mean, this calculator here did the math for the most powerful weapon in human history.
Please, if we are talking explosions, you know my offspring has you beat.
Don't be absurd, Eliza. You know she...
Look at that mushroom cloud, Peaky! I told you there was no such thing as too much plutonium!
Hey, where's Roscoe?
I stand corrected.
Why did you want to join a project like that?
Look, if Roosevelt hired you for a project you didn't totally agree with, you'd still do it, right?
I do not think so. In politics, principles are everything.
Good one. It's a beautiful day. Let's not bring back any ghosts from the past, okay?
Your lucky ghosts cannot cross the oceans. 2 cities worth of specters sounds like more than Amos could handle.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to thermonuclear war,
Wahnsinn.
how guilty do you
Aber ich gar
feel?
nichts erzählen, das macht ja alles sie. Morgen reden nur
I
den.
just thought I would remind you.
Aber ist auch cool.
After all, we must learn from our mistakes.
Oh, so that's why Betty is an only child.
Was there ever a point where you thought to yourself, hey, maybe we should slow things down, try to improve the microwave oven first?
After the first detonation, I did think that perhaps we had made a mistake. Mankind was never meant to play with life itself this way. On the bright side, in one of our breaks, we did manage to improve the microwave. We call it the Bite Nuker. It could cook sealed cans of Chef Mike's meatballs in 5 seconds flat.
Wait, what?
One of Hilbert's unsolved mathematical problems. Why do Mike's meatballs taste like sewage when cold, but amazing at nuclear temperatures?
Well, I never expected this question would lead to a whole conversation about Michael's meatballs.
Oh yes, Mike's meatballs. You never see them coming.
This is entirely too gloomy a topic for such a lovely day. Shall we drop it?
Oh, God, yes, please.
That will be all, Dr. Dixon. I must be on my way.
Eliza, a word before you leave.
Dr. Dixon, a raise is out of the question, no matter how you feel about it.
You know, someone with my skills and intellect could be working.
Could be working where, Augustine? Correct me if I am wrong, but did you not beg me to give you a job? A second chance at doing good in the world. Is that not what you said? Shaping young minds to create a better, more peaceful future. But if you have moved past all the death and destruction you caused, then by all means.
Okay, no raise. I get it.
I get it. So, Freunde, ja, was soll ich sagen? Wir sind jetzt wieder bei 31 Minuten, wir haben nicht wirklich was getan. Außer nicht unterzeichneter Mietvertrag.
Miss Valentine's future rental agreement. Honestly, selling her soul would be a better deal.
I don't know which I enjoy more, Miss Peanut. These delicious ultraviolet rays or the
Wie
upcoming
gesagt, wir werden hier dann einmal
23
Schluss machen.
months.
Und nächste Folge machen wir weiter. Wir haben halt noch einige Dialoge zu führen. Gehört auch mal dazu. Ich glaube bei den Spielen nicht, dass das ein bisschen dann auch die Lücken füllt und die Zeit natürlich dann, ne, dadurch die Spielzeit sich verlängert. Ne, so hat man natürlich ein bisschen mehr davon. Ist auch in Ordnung. Ganz schlimm war es bei Scott Whiskers and The Search of Mr. Scramble Grow oder was weiß ich, wie das hieß. Da war jeder Dialog, glaube ich, über 20 Minuten lang. Das hier geht ja. Das sind einmal so Abschnitte, wo man sagt, da hat man ein paar Dialoge mehr. Das ist okay. Das finde ich in Ordnung. Da erfährt man was und sie sind ja auch lustig geschrieben. Das war ja beim anderen auch nicht unbedingt der Fall damals. Aber okay, lassen wir das. Ich sage auf jeden Fall danke fürs Zusehen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.